For most people, going to the dentist is already terrifying enough. The sound of that drill alone could make a grown man rethink every life decision he's ever made. But in Trump's America, you don't only have to worry about not being able to afford groceries, losing your health care, and pretty much watching the America you once knew fade away. Now you have to worry even more at a dentist appointment. Because, surprise, surprise, professionalism is out the window, right alongside proper thinking and everything else that's slipping in this country. Now, you've also got to worry about your dentist profiling whether or not you're a true patriot while she's hovering over you with sharp instruments. Yep, that's where we are. There's a dentist out in California, and get this, she's actually an immigrant herself who's gone full MAGA in her practice. Her office is decked out with MAGA regalia, Trump portraits watching you like Big Brother, and a bright red hat that reads, "Make your smile great again." How about we make professionalism a thing again? And it doesn't stop at the decor. This MAGA dentist actually bragged online about torturing patients just a little extra if they show discomfort at her political shrine. I wish I was making this up, but I'm not. Let's roll the first clip.
That MAGA pediatric dentist that got online and admitted to lowering the anesthesia on her pediatric patients based on their political beliefs should lose her license to practice dentistry in the state of California. She says that she has her office decorated with "Make America Great Again" posters of Republican officials, even one of her and Trump together. And then she has her dentist helmet that says "Make Your Smile Great Again." And based off of the pediatric patient's reaction, that alone will determine whether or not they get the full anesthesia during oral procedures. She says that she leans over to the patient, lowers the laughing gas, and then tells the child, "See, it's not that bad." Yeah, that's medical malpractice. You are intentionally exposing children to unnecessary pain during oral procedures, and that is child abuse. Okay? And what's really sad is that apparently you got 11 medical malpractice lawsuits pending against you. Okay? Politics don't belong in a pediatric dental office. If they don't belong in school, they definitely don't belong in a medical setting, at a hospital, at a pediatric dental office, whatever. Okay? As part of the Make America Great Again movement, we don't claim her.
Yikes. I never thought I'd see the day. The way I almost choked on my coffee listening to this MAGA dude actually makes sense. Wild. I mean, usually MAGA and common sense run on two parallel tracks that never, ever meet. Is this guy sure he's MAGA? Because the cognitive dissonance in my brain right now is doing cartwheels. I know for a fact I've heard Trump say that smart people don't love him very much. So maybe this guy just slipped through the cracks. But hey, credit where it's due. What he said was actually true. And I can't lie. I'm getting the heebie-jeebies realizing I just agreed with a MAGA supporter. That's a sentence I never thought I'd say out loud. Anyway, let's shift gears. Our sweet MAGA dentist, who, by the way, is also an immigrant, is still at the center of this circus. Let's hear what some other people had to say about her little political dental palace. Roll the clip.
What kind of self-polishing hypocrite do you have to be? A diva with a drill, a tooth fairy turned torturer that thinks like cruelty is comedy, that you need to be able to stand up in a crowd and joke, well, supposedly joke about hurting your patients, just because they don't share the same political beliefs that you do. This dentist stood amongst a crowd of conservative and loudly proclaimed, "Oh, when my patients don't like MAGA and don't like that I have all this MAGA memorabilia, I turn their gas off so that they're in more pain. Don't worry, you can handle it." What the actual fuck? It's already so difficult for people to come to a dentist. They're so scared of dentists and doctors for the like. And then you go and do this. You go and put the fear of the fact that if they don't have the same views as us, we're gonna hurt them. Are you actually insane? Not just that, she's a pediatric dentist. So is she joking about harming kids? What's sad is that she's rooting for a tribe that no matter how successful she is, no matter how great she becomes, she is just a brown person for them. They will never accept her fully. The moment they're done using her, they will throw her out. As is proven time and time again. But at least her friends laughed. So congratulations, you nitrous rationing narcissist, smile plastered mascot that will be thrown out by the movement as soon as they're done with them, just like she threw out her medical ethics. Congratulations, at least your friends laughed.
So this young lady, like it reads here, is an immigrant, right? Who is a dentist. And when she finds out that her patients are Democrats, she literally gives them more discomfort by turning the laughing gas down. This, ladies and gentlemen, in case MAGA don't know what this means, this is called discrimination. This is a no-no. Okay? You literally making sure that somebody is in pain or uncomfortable at the bare minimum because of their political views is crazy, right? I can't stand MAGA, but if I'm a dentist, even I wouldn't sit here and turn the laughing gas down if somebody was MAGA. You know why? Because it's my freaking job to make them comfortable. They come in, I give them a service, I do my job, you go home, I go home. You don't turn the laughing gas down because what is happening, bro? What is happening? What is happening? And to make it worse, you just put a big target on your back. Not only you about to lose your business, but people finding out that you wasn't born in the United States of America. What if people get petty and try to call ICE on you? You're a Trump supporter, you're an immigrant, and you literally are piss poor at your job. You discriminate people based off of their political beliefs. Like, you got too much going on, sis. Pick a struggle.
Bro is absolutely right. Our MAGA dentist really needs to pick a struggle. Because in Trump's America, it doesn't matter if you're a full-blown MAGA queen. If you don't fit the look they've decided is acceptable, with the rare exceptions like J.D. Vance's wife and a couple of others, you run the very real risk of getting caught up in your own mess. It's happened too many times to count. Someone thinks they're being politically correct, standing proudly with the leopards, and then, surprise, the leopards, who have zero loyalty, get hungry and decide to eat their face. Both clips we just heard, one from the Indian doctor and the other from the Haitian American brother, echo that exact sentiment loud and clear. This woman is out here cracking sick jokes at a Republican convention, like that kid in high school who desperately wants to sit at the cool kids table. You know the type, lowers their standards, compromises every ounce of dignity, and starts acting like a complete weirdo just to fit in with people who'd never actually accept them. We should honestly do a little digging into her backstory, because I can almost guarantee she was either bullied or always wanted to be part of a clique she never quite got into. Let's keep watching.
Hey again, it's Rebecca. Another update on Dr. Grewal. An update on her humor and how sick it really is. You see this? That is her favorite accessories when she goes to a gala. Yeah, you got that right. A rhinestone gun purse. She loves carrying it around, as you can see. And that's Jason Gibbs. He's one of our city council members. He's also running for Congress. Pictured here in this absolutely tasteless joke is Joe Messina. He sits on our school board. He represents the high school, Saugus High School, that had a school shooting less than 6 years ago. And behind that, that's a Karen thinking it's absolutely hysterical that we're using a gun as a joke. And here in the corner, right there, you can see the lovely gun purse. And this is Charlene Johnson. Her signs were the ones behind her in the infamous video about causing pain. She sits on our COC board and right now is part of a huge scandal at COC. And yet they find it funny to use a gun purse. And then here we have Denise Light. She's an attorney who's running for city council, joking around with the gun purse. It's really not funny. As a parent who is personally living with a child who witnessed a school shooting, I don't find this humor funny. You want to inflict pain on others, and you think joking with a gun purse is absolutely hysterical. As a leader in our community, it's not okay. And those of us who have dealt with the bullying and the sick jokes for so long, we're tired of it. We're done. We're now going to be calling out all the crap. So those of you who are seeking office, you might not want to joke with guns anymore because it's not funny.
I wouldn't be surprised if that purse carried a real gun, because if there's one thing this MAGA dentist is clearly desperate to do, it's fit in with the cool kids, in that proverbial high school or middle school analogy we've been using. Except, let's be honest, MAGA isn't cool. Cringe would be a far more accurate description. But seriously, what in the world is America coming to? She came out and said it was just a joke, but the tone deafness here is off the charts. The head of a school that experienced a school shooting is standing there smiling for a photo with a woman holding a purse shaped like a gun. How exactly are students and parents at that same school supposed to feel about this? Oh, and let's not forget, standing right beside her is a congressional candidate. You can already tell exactly what kind of policies these folks would push. Laws that only favor their idea of real America, and absolutely nothing that even hints at regulating firearms. Yeah, it's not a real gun, but come on, no one's that naive. This is exactly how people send subtle messages about what they stand for, and before you know it, the entire country starts to look like Florida, where people are now legally allowed to carry firearms without concealing them. So literally anyone could be walking around armed, and we're all just supposed to feel safe? It's exhausting. But hey, let's not stray too far from our MAGA dentist queen. Let's hear what other Americans have to say about this mess.
I don't think I did anything wrong by making a joke. Jimmy Kimmel can joke, but I can't.
Jimmy Kimmel's a stand-up comedian. Yes, he can joke. His whole profession is him being a stand-up comedian. But you, Dr. Harleen Grewal, located in Santa Clarita, California at Skyline Smiles, you're a dentist, a pediatric dentist. And you like to have openly admitted, because it's not a joke, you're not a comedian, you're a dentist, right? So when a patient sits in your chair in front of you, they're looking for you to take care of them, give them quality care.
I'm a stand-up comedian for pretty much most of my patients too.
As a dentist, like to lower the pain threshold, lower the gas for those that give you, that you're under the impression may not like your politics. They're not even outwardly saying it. You just think. And then that makes me think, okay, if these are children, that means their parents gave you a dirty look, so you're taking it out on children? She is continuously excited, happy, because an investigation was done a couple of months ago and they found nothing. So we're going to continue to file complaints. We're going to continue to drop reviews. We're going to continue making videos. If you have never posted on TikTok, this is your time. Right now, press record, talk about it. Dr. Harleen Grewal in Skyline Smiles in Santa Clarita, California. That's what we're going after.
Let's just show you the stupidity of these MAGA supporters. There is a woman that was not born in this country, born in the UK, raised in India, came here for education, became a dentist. She is on video, stating that she will gauge the responses of her patients, whether they were a Democrat or a Republican, and that she would adjust how much pain medication, laughing gas, she would give if they respond positively to Republicans, because she's a MAGA supporter, and she will give liberals or Democrats less. Mind you, you are licensed. You are licensed. And now you are finna F around and find out, put your whole livelihood in jeopardy for people that don't believe you should even have been here. You will be kicked out just like everybody else that they want gone in this country. This is how stupid and ignorant and arrogant these people are. Now your whole livelihood is now in jeopardy. And I think it's like Smile Bright or something like, it's in mind you, she's in California. Oh my goodness, the stupidity of you people. You will put your whole livelihood on the line for politics. You keep that shit to yourself when it comes to your business because that messes with your money. And not only that, because you are a medical professional, it messes with your license. And you're on camera openly stating that you treat patients differently due to their political affiliation. Ignorant.
Hey, so if you need a little chuckle today, I want to show you something. Okay, ready? So this is the Yelp page for Skyline Smiles. And if you don't know Skyline Smiles, it's the business owned by Miss Harleen Grewal, who went viral recently for saying that she pulls back on laughing gas when she suspects someone is a Democrat. People have written so many reviews, so many bad reviews on her business for Yelp. I'm first of all surprised that it's even just at 2.8 and not lower. But people have put in so many bad reviews that Yelp is now monitoring the page for content, which I just think is hilarious and well deserved for this person right here. I hope she has a day.
It really goes to show that just because someone is book smart doesn't mean they're actually intelligent. And honestly, this is exactly the kind of person Mr. Orange loves. People willing to make absolutely damning decisions against their own self-interest just to impress others they've elevated to godlike status. Because, tell me, why in the actual heck would you knowingly say something like that on camera? In this day and age, when literally anyone can cancel you in seconds. And not only that, she uploaded the video herself. She wasn't secretly filmed, she hit post on her own, all while knowing it could cost her her license to practice, damage her business and her husband's, and even potentially put her immigration status at risk. You see why Trump loves his supporters, the ones he's famously described as the least smart? Because this is the kind of behavior he thrives on. Blind loyalty over basic self-preservation. And honestly, the only explanation that makes sense is this. When your heart is so full of hate, it starts to spill out. You can't contain it anymore. It flows through your words and your actions without you even realizing how self-destructive it's become. This right here, this is insanity on full display.
The Santa Clarita dentist says that she will turn down your laughing gas if you are a Democrat. Let's discuss what that really means.
I have a secret hat I use sometimes. It says, "Make your smile great again." So I wear that when I work on my patients. So when they look horrified or complain, I quietly cut back on the laughing gas.
Joking or not, as healthcare providers, we are not in the business of choosing whose pain to relieve and whose discomfort to ignore. Patients, regardless of political ideology, deserve safe, respectful, and equitable standard of care. When you suggest a differential treatment based off of political views, you cross a line from humor into ethical violation. Medical and dental professionals take a board exam on ethics that are focused on 3 key principles. These are beneficence, which is to do good for the patient, non-maleficence, which is to do no harm, and justice, which is to treat patients fairly and equitably. When a provider, jokingly or not, decides that they're going to withhold comfort based off of your political ideology, it undermines trust in the entire profession. She claims that this has been investigated and cleared by the board, but yes, this statement should trigger scrutiny by peers and oversight agencies.
I hate seeing politics come into a business like this. I don't think it has a place there, and it just really bothers me that video was made, that was said.
No matter your politics, your mouth, your comfort, and your health deserve unbiased care.
The thing about MAGA isn't just the poorly educated part. It's the complete tone deafness that comes with it. Case in point, our MAGA dentist queen doubling down like it's an Olympic sport. She's out here saying she's allowed to joke, like accountability doesn't exist in her vocabulary. You'd think at the very least she'd come out and say, hey guys, listen, I'm a Republican, yes, and maybe people in my own circle found that joke funny, but I realized it was insensitive and I would never actually do something like that. I apologize, boom, done. Human decency 101. But nope, zero accountability. Instead, it's all about playing the victim. They want to cancel me, she cries. And I'm just sitting here like, am I missing something? People want to cancel you for a comment you made, you filmed, and you posted online. Now it's everyone else's fault? You're not going to take even a shred of responsibility for your own words, especially when you literally specialize in caring for children. It's honestly insane. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with this spot-on skit from a creator who absolutely nails what it would look like if this MAGA dentist was actually doing these things in real life. Let me know what you think down below, because this one had me hollering.
Hello. Look who we have, a little bud and his mother. Right here, I'll be the dentist for the little guy, okay? Right here. So I'm just gonna hook him up. I'm gonna give him some laughing gas. You won't feel any pain, okay? You do have to wait outside while I'll do this part. There's just some things I have to do in here personally with him, okay? Honey, you're in good hands, okay? I just have to talk to your mommy while everything's getting set. So while that gets settled, I see that you have America's Already Great hat on. You're not MAGA. You don't support Trump. No, I don't. No, I don't support Trump at all. No, I'm a Democrat. Oh, that's wonderful. Let me go in there and take care of your son now, okay? Difference of beliefs. That's crazy. That's funny. So you are going to feel a little pain, okay? That's just because your mother is a Democrat. So if you feel a little pain, that's why.